I've told y'all multiple times, a lot of people have told you multiple times that Deion Sanders favors his son. I don't think that's a crime. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if I was a head coach and I had sons playing football, one at a similar position to me, wearing my number, I would be partial to him as well. And I don't think it's unfair in any way. I just think that, hey, that's his son. They're in the commercials together. There's nothing wrong with it. However, this is one time, one case of daddy ball where I think the haters might be right about Deion Sanders. This weekend against K-State, Shilo Sanders made his long-awaited return after having a major injury. I believe he shattered or did something to his forearm. He had some situations there. Came back pretty quick. They said 4 or 5 games, and I think it was only 4 or 5 games since Nebraska. I think it's only been three games or something like that since the Nebraska game. But in returning, and if you've ever played football, you're gonna know this. And if you've ever played sports and returned from an injury, you're gonna know this. Just like we saw with Quinn Ewers against Oklahoma, when you come back, it takes a second to get your full confidence back. It's not simply about, okay, your body is healed, right? It's then now about a mental thing. Injuries, especially with sports, these people putting their bodies and doing high level things, it's so much about being confident that your body will be able to do that. And case point and understood, Shilo Sanders is not and does not look like he was confident enough to just come out and play football. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a peek at how some people felt about his performance, how his father felt about his performance. We're going to take a look at Shilo Sanders' stats, and I'm going to probably eat a little crow because I told y'all in a video a while back that, you know, Shilo Sanders is an NFL caliber safety. Y'all told me I was wrong. After this season, I think he definitely messed up. I think he had a really good case for getting into the NFL as a third-day guy. But what we're looking at right now is someone who's probably wasted some of their better years because he had to stay in the league and have extra years and try to lie it out and do the best he could to help his father. But I don't know, maybe he gets paid good on the back end. But first things first, let's hear it from the man himself, Deion Sanders, how he felt about Shilo Sanders' play.
Shilo, just what you thought about his play tonight?
I thought he played horrible. I thought he was rusty. I thought he didn't have his footing. I thought he wasn't breaking down. He was coming up trying to make the play, but open field one-on-one tackle with that kind of back is that ain't an easy task. But he's going to do better. I know what he has in him.
Yeah. So if I could, before we do overreact, like I said, that's why I said rust. I really do think like this is a guy, and that's why I say he messed up his NFL stock, because it's mostly the injury. That's what really kills it. The fact that it was an injury and you can show that, and then you come back looking this rough. I don't think he's not talented. I don't think he lost his ability to be a hard hitter like he was. But I feel like having this type of slow start and having that injury, and he didn't have a great I think start beginning wise of the season anyway. We're going to hop into those seasons. So I think it's very paramount that if he wants to reclaim that stats, which he can, right, as being someone who was, he was the heart and soul of this defense. Now, they were playing better without him. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know anywhere else to tell you that, but they were playing better football without him. It seemed like, at least it seemed so. So other than that, man, let's take a peek into the actual stats here. At least within 2023, he was number 5 in the Pac-12 when it came to solo tackles. Again, really good yard there. Interception yards, number 3 in the Pac-12. Number 1 in interception return touchdowns in the Pac-12. Pac-12 was going out on a dying shield there. Fumbles forced, number 1 in the Pac-12 with 4. And then currently for game logs, when we go into 2024, take a quick peek here. Obviously, he's only played has he only played? Okay, no. So he's played in 2 games in which they lost and 1 in which they've won. 9 total tackles, 6 solo here. You got 2 solo here, 2 total there. And then 6 solo, 7, and a whole lot of misses. So let's get right into these misses. First things first, a lot of people losing faith in Shilo as the game was going on. Shilo Sanders has been horrendous tonight. Head hunting, horrible angles. That was a different the past few weeks without him. CU was better. Literally the only thing that Shilo Sanders does for Colorado is run in the end of the play and try to spear the player being tackled. I do have to say that was a little bit disheartening to see from him. The fact that it did seem like he was putting a little extra seasoning on the fajitas when there was no need to do so. So I don't want him to be known for that, but if he keeps coming out and doing those things, it is what it is. So let's get into I'm trying to keep this as copyright free as possible. So the way that we usually do is we're gonna slow mo it. All right, we're gonna break it down for you. I want to show you the way that Shilo Sanders' soles, ankles, tibias, and fibias were taken away from him in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So we're coming through here. Just like Deion Sanders talked about earlier in that video. Look, Shilo Sanders has the instincts of a safety right now. He has it, but this is where the confidence comes in because you see him, he gets where he needs to be. Hey, perfect. Fits that hole, comes downhill as a safety. But what are we doing here? Now we're lollygagging. Now we're thinking about it. Now we're pondering about it, right? Now we're pontificating, okay? Boom, he sticks his foot in the ground. What are you doing, Sanders? Hey, you put your heel in the grind. See, you went heels first. Nothing ever goes good when you're on your heels, son. That's what I want you to know. When you're jamming your heel in the ground, you're either going to pop that little MCL or you about to get shooketh. And guess what happens? Boom, it's over for him. It's cooked, dog. We can't go any further from this moment. He's generating power from right here. You got your heels 15 inches into the dang. Whoa. And then now he's on the grind praising the Most High. I mean, oh my God, he just again, heels on the grind. He gives up. He's still looking at that hole. He's just looking back here. Homie's looking at the other end zone. He's looking into the soul of nothingness right now. Awful, terrible to see it. You never want to see it, man. You never want to see it, man. Lots of disturbingness. Here we go again. I think this is another play, actually. Oh yeah, this is where he gives up on a play on the outside. So we're going. So here we go. We have a little what's it called? Slant, little off coverage here. Shiloh's coming down, and now normal Shilo Sanders is at this point of attack. Look at where Shilo is lined up. Normal Shilo Sanders that we've seen in the past is through this motherfucker, probably getting ejected, but is at least matching here right there at the ball. What does this Shilo Sanders do? Look at this angle. Look at where his foot is. He's on his butt cheeks right here, son. And then another frame here, and now he's catching up to him. This was a lofted pass. This wasn't a bullet pass. This was a lofted in the air pass. Not only does he not do anything about looking at the ball or playing the ball, doesn't even seem to want to accurately play the player. You're up there. You're trying to grab booty cheeks, son. And now you open this giant lane. You have your corner playing off coverage. You're not helping at all on the inside. You just opened up a lane. And number one's off to the disco. And the corner still has to make the play regardless. Not great. Not phenomenal. Not great. Not phenomenal. Let's see these plays as well. I think this is just another angle of him getting absolutely shimmied and shaketh on. Oh, no, this is just him bad tackling for him. Okay, so he comes in, just puts his head down, trying to get a targeting call, right, and just lunges in there with everything he's got, and then they're just bouncing off of him because we're not wrapping up. Because we're 2 packs of that's why. Shout out to Joe Budden. And now homie's just rolling off you. He's tumbleweeding off of you, right? And keeping it moving and keeping it grooving. I don't know how that helps anybody, son. It doesn't. It don't help not a soul. Now we're here on the goal line here. We have a chance to get a safety. Okay. Now what are we doing? Where's Shilo at? Where's Shilo? Okay. He's breaking 2 to the second level. Now, Shilo, where's your angle now? What's he looking for now? Boom, boom. We're pity pattern. We're pity pattern. We're okay, and terrible angles, and we're already with 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 5 yards off of this man, and our ankles are gone. It's over with. We're already trying to take another angle because our angle that we took initially is terrible. It's over. Heels in the ground. If your heels in the ground, homie's going to another time. Okay. He's about to get up out of there. I mean, he's took 15 steps. He's taken 1. And now he's trying to turn to get up out of there again. 3 more steps. He has yet to take another step. Wait, let me make sure I'm not tripping. Nope, he has not taken a step. He pity pattered, and then when we get right here, he has not taken a step. He hobbles 3 steps there. Boom, there's another step. 4 steps until this man finally steps up and gets up out of there. Now, I don't think that's a real count of athletic presence. No football coach, I don't think, is ever going to count your steps when you're coming down. I'm just trying to show you that this man's foot is caught in molasses, okay? It's not a great look. But what I also want to show you is these aren't plays becoming a Shilo Sanders, right? It'd be different if this was like things that we know Shilo Sanders to not be great at, and he was continuing to do that. But this is not what it is. These are things that he was typically decent at. I mean, again, he was one of the top Pac-12 tacklers, and known to be a decent tackler, a sure tackler, and one of the hearts of this defense. Look, not a great defense last year either. So I don't want to give too many credits and too many things. But now that we've done that, we've watched a few things to close this act. We're gonna just review a little bit of well-off media. You know what I'm saying, and see how. Sorry, not well off media, just a little bit more of this press conference and really review how Deion felt in totality about this game.
It's rushing, which they ultimately dominated the time of possession, which is not good because now we can't get on the field and do what we're capable of doing. Coach Kleiman was wonderful. I have a lot of respect, a lot of admiration coming from FCS, as I did, and he is unbelievable, and his team was truly prepared and ready to play this game. We had opportunity tremendously at the end of the game. We took a shot. We didn't come up with it. Game over. But we shouldn't have been in that situation whatsoever. The drive before that, defensively, blowing coverages, we blew some things there because the running back should never be wide open running up the sideline in a situation like that. Then they take a shot.
Yeah, it's as a Colorado fan, and I talked about this in my recap. Go watch that. The thing about this loss that feels and stings a little more, it's almost in a positive way, is that y'all are, by all means, by all regards, a football team. Y'all looked like a good football team. Y'all looked like a talented team that had moments to win. Now, rushing for negative 29 yards in total is not going to win you any football game. So all of you Colorado and Shilo Sanders cock monglers, right? And I love Shilo Sanders. I think he's probably the most talented arm talent guy of this class of quarterbacks. But why put the whole game on him? That doesn't work. This whole idea that Shador is he's talented, so let's throw the ball 50 times a game in college football. That's not. I'm sorry. Go look it up. That's not how you win games. Unless you have an elite above elite quarterback and elite above elite receivers and elite above elite offensive line, you have to have 3 different forms of elite groups there to do that. And Colorado has 1, maybe 2. And that's why I said maybe, because the wide receivers are banged up right now. So we'll see how that looks coming in. But let's hear more about what Prime has to say.
Right back out, and like you said, you had some blown coverages there. What do you see on that?
Tremendous. It was a natural high. That was phenomenal. Big play. I mean, the defense came up with the play when they needed to come up with the play, and that's what transpired. And you thinking, well, we're going to score. With the ball in Shador's hand down there, we're going to score. And we went on and did what we had to do. We didn't expect them to have a couple of explosion plays to set them up for a touchdown. We didn't even fathom that. I think Coach Rob called a heck of a game, as well as Pat. We just came up on the short end of it.
Coach Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. I've got 2 for you. First, it looked like Travis was back on the sidelines. He had his helmet.
Yeah.
Was there any discussion about him coming back in?
Not whatsoever. He was just there to support his team, and he did a good job at it.
And second, the tackling seemed like a big issue tonight, especially at the second level. How much of it was you guys, and how much of it was DJ Giddens?
He's phenomenal. He's one of the best in the country. I mean, his maneuverability is unbelievable. We didn't tackle well today whatsoever. We didn't get to the ball as a unit today whatsoever. We had some busts in a few things. I'm telling you, I hear the calls. Coach called a pretty darn good game. He called a really good game, and we just got to execute.
Yeah, it's when you lose your best player on offense and defense, and you still play the game that Colorado played. To give them credit, you got to give them credit. But yeah, that defense just didn't really seem to be able to keep up in doing that. Oddly, you bring Shilo back and you lose Travis, but it seems like you lost 2 players instead of gaining 1, because again, Shilo, like we talked about throughout this video, the confidence wasn't there. He wasn't there. But I will say, to close this video off, right? Okay. I do want y'all to have faith in Shilo. He's returning from an injury. Go look at that Quinn Ewers. Look at the bad balls that he was throwing. Look at historically on athletes coming back from injuries, especially at the collegiate level where they're not full grown adults. They're still developing and understanding what it means to recover back and be able to trust it. It's a mental thing. So just watch out how he develops. And now if he continues to be bad, this will go down as a bad case of daddy ball. But at the end of the day, it's hard to really say it is because Shilo was, again, frequently in other past the heart and soul of this defense. So I would really hope that he can turn around. I hope this Colorado team can turn around because it's entertaining when they're doing things at all times in every way, shape, form, and fashion. But man, that's all we got today, man. You leave a like on this video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you enjoy college football content. We'll see you next time the sun shines. All right.